Today, we're diving head-on into the world of digital deception. We're going to look at a brand new AI model that's basically a smarter detective in the never-ending fight against deepfakes. Let's get into it.
You know, it's a question we really have to ask ourselves more and more these days. You're scrolling online, you see a video, a photo, maybe a clip of a politician saying something totally wild. It looks real, it sounds real, but is it?
And the reason we have to ask is that AI-generated media, or deepfakes, have gotten so unbelievably good. We're talking about forgeries so realistic, they can fool just about anyone, making it a massive challenge to separate what's real from what's fake. And look, this isn't just some clever tech demo. This is a real problem, what researchers call the deepfake dilemma. It's a direct threat to the integrity of, well, everything we see. So what's really at stake here? Well, honestly, a lot. We're talking about massive disinformation campaigns, people's reputations being ruined, sophisticated financial scams, and even court cases getting thrown into chaos. At the end of the day, this tech's whole purpose is to make us doubt what's right in front of our eyes. So how have we been fighting back? I mean, we've had AI models trying to sniff out these fakes for a while now. But the big problem? Their armor has been, let's just say, more like Swiss cheese. See, the two main types of detectors we've been using had these huge, almost opposite weaknesses. On one side, you've got CNN models. Think of them like a crime scene investigator who's so focused on a tiny fingerprint, they don't even notice the getaway car driving off. They see the tiny pixels but miss the bigger context. Then you have transformer models. They're kind of like the profiler who totally gets the suspect's motive but completely misses the muddy footprints on the carpet. And here's the real kicker. Both of these methods just fall apart when the video quality isn't perfect. You know those grainy, blurry, compressed videos that make up 99% of your social media feed? Yeah, those are a nightmare for these older models. They wash away all the clues. But this is where our story takes a turn. Because researchers realized to fight a smarter kind of fake, you need a much smarter detective on the case. So allow me to introduce you to DGAF-Net. It's a new hybrid model, and its whole purpose is to patch up those holes in our armor. The idea is actually pretty brilliant in its simplicity. Why pick between the forensics guy and the profiler when you can have both? It's a whole detective squad in one AI. So how does this dream team actually work? Well, DGAF-Net has this two-pronged attack. The first part is the profiler. It uses a system called DenseNet to look at the whole face, the big picture, and ask, does this just feel wrong? The second part is the forensics expert. This uses something called Gabor filters to scan for those microscopic, unnatural textures, the exact kind of digital fingerprints that deepfake algorithms always leave behind. Okay, so that all sounds great on paper, right? But the real question is, how does this new detective team actually perform out in the wild? Well, researchers threw it at a really tough data set of real and fake videos to find out. Let's just get right to the headline number. When tested on a challenging data set, one packed with those tricky low-quality videos, DGAF-Net scored an overall accuracy of 88.33%. Now you might be thinking, 88%, that's not perfect. But you have to understand, in this constant cat-and-mouse game of deepfake detection, every single percentage point is a huge win. And as you can see right here, DGAF-Net is a clear step up from the older methods. This chart, it's called an ROC curve, and it just gives us another visual for how much better this new model is. Honestly, all you need to know is that you want your line to be as high and to the left as possible. And that green line, that's our hero, DGAF-Net, just totally dominating the competition. It means it's great at catching fakes without accidentally flagging real videos. So what does this actually look like in terms of mistakes? Let's make it concrete. In a test batch of 60 images, it nailed 52 of them. It only messed up on 8. That is a really low error rate, and when you're talking about using this for real-world digital forensics, that is absolutely critical. And if we dig into the full breakdown here, you'll see DGAF-Net's strength isn't just about raw accuracy. It scores higher on what's called precision, which basically means when it yells fake, you can really trust it's a fake. And it has the best F1 score, which is kind of like the overall grade for a detective. It's just a more reliable, more consistent tool. So we have a new, much better deepfake detector. That's awesome. But what does this really mean for us, for the internet? Let's zoom out for a second and look at the bigger picture. Well, first, it's just way more reliable. Fewer mistakes means it's a tool you could actually use in a real investigation. Second, it's more robust. It was built from the ground up to handle the messy, low-quality stuff we see every day. Third, it's efficient. It doesn't need a supercomputer, which means it could potentially be used in real time. But maybe the biggest thing is this. It gives us a brand new blueprint for how to fight back in this escalating arms race against deepfakes. Look, DGAF-Net is a fantastic step forward, no doubt about it. But this whole thing is a race, right? As our detectors get smarter, you can bet the tools for creating fakes are going to get smarter too. So it leaves us with a really big question to think about. What's coming next, and how are we going to get ready for it?